Hello. Real quick, before I get into this, before a bunch of people get on, if you guys received a care package from us and you're not sure who it's from, a lot of you guys didn't open up your email. It was from the Emerald Group. It was from us. We've got some challenges. Go check in your email, check your spam. We had a bunch of folks say that the email went into their spam, right? So we made these little quarantine packages. That's a whole other thing, whole nother topic. We'll get into that. But I did want to talk to you guys about something a little bit different. There's a lot of stuff online right now, a lot of misinformation. So I'm going to be spending a little bit of time, since I am halfway home quarantining, trying not to go out if I don't absolutely need to. I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking to you guys. I figure a lot of us are cooped up at home. A lot of us are losing our minds. But a home seller called me today, and I wanted to kind of, hey, what's going on, Pete? Oh, and it is Corona time. I figured this was fitting. Bought a 12 pack just for this. I mean, not just for this video, but just like overall. So, home seller called me today, and they're a little bit worried. They were a listing we're about to put on the market here soon, and they were getting a little bit anxious about the whole coronavirus thing. Should we list? Should we wait until after it blows over? In this particular case, these people don't need to sell right now. They don't have to, right? But I'm going to kind of go over the blanket advice. I'm not going to tell anybody what their family should or shouldn't do during this time. If you have a compromised person at home and you don't need to sell, I mean, take the precautions that you need to protect your family. Now, there are things that us as agents are doing that will kind of alleviate some of that. By going in behind people or taking video for people. I'll do a couple of videos on this later. But for right now, as a home seller, I understand a lot of people feel that it might be a little dangerous for them. If your home's vacant, maybe it's not that big of a deal, but if it's occupied, there is a little bit of risk involved, right? So what I will tell you is we have approximately 3,800, as of about 15 minutes ago, we had 3,888 listings in our area from Panama City to Pensacola. That's in our MLS board, right? So that's not including the main area of Pensacola, not including the main area of Panama City, although some intermingling is going to happen. You got about 326 that are off market, so about 10%. That doesn't include all the other ones that the agent didn't put, that they're temporarily off market for the coronavirus style things. And not all of them are off for the coronavirus. It could be off for a number of things. It could be for renovations, what have you. But let's call it 10% are off the market. So what I was explaining to these folks is, it's completely up to you. In their case, they don't need to sell, so I'm not going to push them. I'm never going to push anybody anyway. You've got to do what's right for you. Doesn't matter if we sell it now or we sell it in 3 months, in my opinion. But 10% of the people that were selling their home has washed out of the market. Well, that's kind of what causes these selling prices to go so high. Now, of course, we don't know what's going to happen with everything right now. We don't. But if 10% of your competitors are off the market, there's a good chance that you've got a slight advantage, at least when it comes to the negotiation standpoint. Now, there's an argument to be said, one side or another, that, yeah, there's less buyers as well, what have you. But the buyers that are in the market need to purchase now. The market has not changed. The market has not gone to the tanks. It's not like the stock market. It's not going like this. It's pretty much the same. It's not changing that much. So my suggestion is, guys, if you are in the market to sell, talk to your agent. At least get it ready. And if nothing else, getting a listing ready takes 1 to 2 weeks anyway. And if nothing else, if at the end of those 2 weeks and you're ready to prep and it's the day that you're supposed to go live and you're just not feeling it, you still want to take it off, keep it off the market for a little bit, that's just fine. At least you'll be ready so that when everything else blows over, when this dust settles, you're going to be, boom, ready to go. When all the other buyers are ready, buyers don't have to prep. They don't have to prep to go see homes. The second they get the green light, they're going to be out there looking at homes. If you're in that percentage of buyers that are in the market at that moment, while everybody else is waiting to get professional pictures and to get it clean and to do those last minute repairs, you're going to have a little bit of an advantage. So it's just something to think about. Like I said, I'm not going to try to convince anybody one way or the other. You've got to do what's best for your family, but that is a very big point to think about. So if you are in the market, I know there's a tiny percentage of you guys that are in the market. But it is something that had to be said because it popped up. I'm going to try to get on here probably daily while this whole thing is going on to give some updates. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and I wasn't really noticing it until I've been flirting around on Facebook the last couple hours. I was slacking off today. I did a bunch of work, and then I was taking a little break scrolling social media, which I don't generally do. And I'm seeing a ridiculous amount of misinformation. Now, I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an economist. I'm none of that. I'm not going to go into any of those topics whatsoever. But I am going to go into the topics that we have going on right now. Things like the stimulus that's going on, things like whether or not you should be buying or selling, how you should be protecting yourself if you are in the market or if you're going to be stepping into the market, and things like that. And we're going to have some fun because it's Corona time, right? I like it. So if you guys have any questions, this is the big thing. I'd like you to comment it down below. I want to know first because it's going to give me some great ideas. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for tuning in. And it's going to give me some ideas for what to talk to you guys about. I literally just sat here and I was scrolling through Facebook and I jotted out like 15 ideas of things where I'm like, what are these people thinking? This isn't even accurate. This isn't true. It's just outright either bogus, or silly, or just misinformed is what I'll call it. And so I'd like to do a little research, kind of talk to you guys about some of this stuff as we go moving forward, because we're all just sitting here watching Netflix and Hulu and drinking our Coronas or whatever you're into. A lot of people are turning to social media for information, and unfortunately that's not the most accurate information you can get out there. So that's what we're going to do. I was going to do this in my pool, but the shade has already gotten all the way over the pool, so it's a little bit colder now, and I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to cold water. So that's what we're looking at now. Let me know if you guys have any, yes it does, Jennifer. Fake news, she says, fake news abounds on the Book of Faces, 100%. So I'd love to hear any questions you guys have down below, and in the meantime, I guess I will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.